Let's do this for real. Let's do this for real. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Not Crash Bandicoot. That's the wrong way. Let's play. This game's supposed to an autosave feature. Okay, cool. That's a nice title screen. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Alright. So, if anybody so happens to watch this VOD and hears this, I have played every single Ace Attorney game in the franchise, excluding half of the final case of Investigations 2, and excluding Apollo Justice, which I watched someone else play. As of recording this, I am halfway through Case 5 in Investigations 2, like I just said. And I will most likely finish Investigations 2 by the next stream. We don't have any options. Music, audio. You really can turn music on and off. Alright, that's really dumb. Oh, thanks for the host, John, even though you're not going to be watching at all. I appreciate the host, and enjoy this game when you guys get a chance to play it. Oh, and thanks for the host count. Oh, hi. You're actually here. Alright. Yeah, no problem. See you around. I'm just in the options menus. Don't worry. I haven't started the game. Oh, thanks for the follow, Crimp. You forgot to follow. Alright, well, thank you, and see you around if you're not gonna stick around for much longer. I host too, but probably better sleep. Yeah, I saw that count. Thanks, I appreciate it, and you get some rest. Have fun. Transparency box low. Huh. This is interesting. Night. Text skip. Subtitles, yeah, definitely turn. Turn screen flashes on or off. I'll turn that off. No, I'll keep that on. Wait time. Just select the time until the next line dialogue. Display in autoplay and story mode. It's fine. I'll turn that low. No. Alright. Reader, story mode off. So listen. Story mode in place of autoplay, allowing you to progress with the game automatically without having to press any buttons. Oh, okay. So it's literal. You can literally just make it like a visual novel. That's interesting. I bought for the 3rd time tonight. All right. Anyways, special contents. Oh, okay. I probably shouldn't see anything of this, just in case. Grace Attorney Adventures. Grace Attorney Resolve. So, I guess I'm starting off on the adventures. Let's start. Man, I'm so hyped to play this game.
The Empire of Japan. After opening its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some were swept away by the tide.
Oh no!
but for one man. The turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Episode 1. The Adventure of the Great Departure. So I guess these are adventures and not turnabouts. Makes sense. Defendant's antechamber? Okay, interesting. Still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Ah, looks so nice. What? Oh, no, nothing. Saving Blair's murderer. What? Sorry. We did look like... My name is... Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Ryunosuke. I think I got it. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. Okay. 3 days ago, I somehow find myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. So wait. It's like case 1-2 where we're the defendant and we're gonna defend ourselves? Is that what's going on? That's enough! Whoa, they're facing each other. It's just like Edgeworth. He's not obliged to listen to such an abuse, officer. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending. Okay. So, I have my own lawyer. That's... Lawyer? Yes. Till a judge has given the verdict on this case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. So hold your tongue. What? Why do you have a katana? Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet. And yeah, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Oh, burn! Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. What are you apologizing to me for? Oh, no. I suppose that wasn't my fault. Really, Kazuma. I never meant to drag you into this. Sorry. Kazuma, huh? At least that's easier to say. Ha 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 ha. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? I mean, that's how it goes in Ace Attorney games. Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi. Or is it SOG? I think it's SOG. My best friend. Also in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. Star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. It's not that impressive. I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. Franny was a young prosecutor. Edgeworth became a prosecutor when he was young. There's a couple more prosecutors and attorneys later on. I will not mention by name. very concept of the lawyers is only a few years old here in Japan anyway. Oh, so lawyer is in its infancy. I guess prosecutors are also in their infancy. I think. My qualifications don't mean much yet. I said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud of a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Oh, I like this. Congratulations, Kazuma. Looks like you're gonna get a study. Going to get to study abroad at last. I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. So you're representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you. I'm proud as your friend. Aww. He's not still in the university. He doesn't know Kazuma's name. Oops. What was that? That was loud. Did I? Hopefully nothing broke. I think we're fine. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. We're going to Britain! Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City in London together. If only that were, if only were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I better get going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place for a little while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Seeing the English class tomorrow then, partner? And he's gone. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Asoji, may I have a word? Oh, it's the girl on the cover, and the guy. Professor, I didn't know you were coming. What is that giant ball of fluff on your stomach? Well, this case is personal significance to me. But never mind that for now, Asoji. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? It feels as if I've seen him at the university before. I mean, he said professor, so... Oh, I just... On the top, it looks like there's a whole bunch of judges, and that one in the middle looks vaguely familiar. Actually, there's a couple of them that look almost exactly the same as the actual judge. OMG, it's Japanese Omni-Man. Oh, hi, Crimp. So, I assume you're gonna watch until you haven't... Yeah, until I've gotten to a point where you haven't seen before. Just wanted to make the joke. Okay. Alright. Well, thank you for coming. I see. I'll go at once then. I shall accompany you. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Ah, this is awkward. I was just about to say, awkward silence much? If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugen Mikotoba. Eugen Mikotoba, yeah. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard of that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asoji has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Hmm? As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you know, Dawnhood, Asoji has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and will never be granted again. What? Ah, as I suspected, you were unaware of this. What is that like a spanking stick or something? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. Or is that a fan? That could be a fan. I had a feeling Asoji may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it, I swear! I'm not a murderer! I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry, what do you mean? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Is this like the usual? No, it's a little different. It's like the music. I mean, did you say I would wait? You, hey, Looney. No, didn't. Anyways, hi. I don't know what you're trying to say early, but hello, Looney. How's it going? But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. What? Oh no. Oh no. Is the judge gonna propose to me? This is a bit awkward. This is a bit awkward. Didn't you say you would wait till you stream this game? What do you mean? I scheduled streaming this game today. I said I would wait until like 9:30, which is my usual start time. How far in this game are you? Did you get a chance to play, Looney? I do. But what will the question be? Surely not. Do you accept the accusations brought before you? Oh, well. Yeah, I clearly stated I was streaming the game today. If you haven't played, then I guess you can watch the VOD. Or you can just hang out, watch the first trial or something. Oh, you didn't buy it yet! Aww. Oh, I thought you would wait till like a week or so. Yeah, I said today. Oh, well, I don't know what I could tell you. Of course not. Defendant! Court's about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Ah, I would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. Of course. It didn't sound like that. It was that soon. Well, I was actually thinking of streaming the game last week, but I didn't have a capture card, so I couldn't stream the game. Doesn't matter. I can buy it. Yeah, you can just buy it. if you have like a PlayStation 4, Switch, or like or something, you can just download it. You don't need to buy the physical copy. Yeah, we can play along. Yeah, okay. All right. You can do that. It shouldn't be that. It wasn't that long to download. Just letting you know, I have not even gone to the first trial, so this is just the intro, so you can just skip all this early stuff. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Asoji must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be felt guilty for failing to appear? Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyways. Complete the first trial. I'll try to get to you. Okay. Sounds like a deal, Looney. This is it. The trial goes badly. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of denying my innocence. A trial that would decide my destiny. What is this, Xenoblade? Here we go. So this is a courtroom. Supreme Court of Judicature. I think it's Judicature. No court in the land has more power. I don't much like the look of the people sitting in the public gallery. They're all like soldiers. There's Japanese soldiers. Lots of military and other uniforms in there. It's kind of creepy. The powers that have been the powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial. A secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? That's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. But for now, you need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin. Oh! What? The judge doesn't have gray hair. The court will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor!
Oh, geez, we got Japanese Winston Payne. Great. He's even got like the little hair thing. As is the defense. Before we begin, there's one point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for a change of advocate. That is correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to decide 2 days prior to the trial. As this is an unusual circumstance, I am obliged to ask for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Ah, this is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do, I'm defending myself. I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Wait and see. No. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. What? Yes! Raise my hand. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform that Ryunosuke Naruto, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke? Professor Mikotoba told me everything just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. You think I won't be able to get you off? No, it's not that, really. It's just that... Well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear the reason that you... Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well, well. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really?
Objection!
I like that objection. Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he is confident he can speak for himself. Is that so, Naruhodo-san? Oh, yes, exactly. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. I could tell by that 1,000-eye stare, 1,000-yard stare. I love this pose. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Oh no. I needed to get an emote of that. I realize you're in charge now, but still. I'm trying to look so bewildered.
Well, from your university student to be brought here from the Supreme Court.
Oh, jeez, he's got a fan.
You must have perpetrated the most heinous crime indeed.
As you're no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature in Japan. I need to remember how to pronounce that. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. Competence? But competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Oh, tutorials. Well, you can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I heard his name more times than I care to remember. But wait. I'm just so nervous I can't even remember that. What was it again? Ah, great. Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. You know me so well. All relevant information in this case can be found in the court record. Okay, what's the court record button? But I can't even find that. Simple. You can access the court record. Press of R1. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. If you've ever found something, it's all in there. Blah, blah, blah tutorial. Let's see here what we have. This is evidence. Look at this. It's, oh man, it's not a badge. Fine. Look at this pin. Oh, I can switch to people. Alright. Alright, let's just see here. Kazumi Asagi, second year at the Imperial Yume University. He's my best friend, and despite being a student, he's a qualified defense lawyer as well. Ijin Mikotaba, 42. Interesting. I guess he does look 42. I thought he was older. Takatuchi Achi, 51. AKA Winston Payne, Japan. Lead process. Alright, downloading. Okay, cool. the download shouldn't take too long, so you should be able to catch up to me in no time. Especially since I'll be reading the dialogue out loud, and that's gonna take me a little bit extra time. John H. Wilson. No, John! No! No! You're the victim! Oh no, rest in peace, John. That's no good. True. Alright. Blah 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 blah. Oh man. Yeah, I got a couple of commands. I wish I had a commands to do commands, but most of them are like on cooldown. Maybe I can like get you a screenshot of them. Oh, and thanks for the host, Looney. Hold on, I'm gonna get the. Hold on. Commands. 26. That's not the right thing. Yeah, okay, here it is. Copy. Jump to present. At Lumi. Alright, check counts Discord, the Sloth Kai Dojo, that's where all the commands are. Find the victim of the people. Blah 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 blah. Press. Alright.
Yes!
Yes! Victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university.
What? Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yumei University 3 years ago. That's not good. Indeed. Which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire. Oh. Is this why all these military members are in the courtroom today? Is that present? Our country's most valuable foreign ally. As much as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. Yeah, even I've heard of that.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yumei University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution provides your education. Have you no honor?
But I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. Oh no. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. I don't like that. So that's why this trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh no. Oh dear, look at the time. I better get going. Oh, we've seen this already before. I'm just gonna... Yeah, I've seen this already. Then he leaves. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still. I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table. Oh, he's still alive. I introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. I didn't see the autopsy in there. Cause of death, well, obviously that was Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. Yeah, it's the same logic. I guess it makes sense though. Evidence, but how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death. Blah, 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 blah. Fine. Oh, I guess this is an autopsy. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by a loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. Bullet did not pass through the victim's body. Oh, ugh, ow, ugh.
Yes!
So it's not take that, it's yes. I kind of mistake that already. Well. He's got 2 papers. According to this document, the victor suffered from hemorrhagic death due to gunshot trauma.
Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report. I take it.
Yeah, sorry, yes, that's right. That the post-mortem report. In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy. Yeah. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that what? What? That's so lame. I see. As long as I'm not gonna be tested on any of this later. I don't get that. I did not perform an actual autopsy. It's not gonna be as accurate.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime.
Or at least they have photos back then. Or sort of.
You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion.
Yeah, I see that. I also see 2 buttons. I see a T-bone steak. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's actually a T-bone steak or not. But if it is, that's a nice reference, even though those games take place way in the future.
In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Photograph of the victim. A photographic print that shows the victim. He was shot from the front and chest and subsequently died. So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. Oh, I guess you've never seen a photo before? It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. I guess photos were like a brand new thing back then. Very well, I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial.
Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better appraise the court with the facts of the case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
This is it then. Oh no, an eyewitness account? I think I may have worked out what the professor has in mind. The professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes. Clearly a defense lawyer, not me. But that doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Ah, of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazumu Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he? I like that smile on his face. Maybe, but any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma. Well, my first piece of advice is rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. Only if you raise that crazy headband and control the cold stares first. Also, how is it blowing it in the wind when there's no wind indoors? 15 minutes remain. He has a sword! In court! Oh, we got a butler.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnival. La Carnival. Uh-oh. What? What? You coughing blood? Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, It's a regular occurrence. It doesn't bother me. That should bother you! You coughing up freaking blood! Really should.
As everyone knows, the capital of Southeastern Corridor was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It became a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. And,
Occidental Eatery? Occidental Eatery?
3 days ago.
Occidental. Understand, Hosonaga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir.
And no petty interjections for the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just up to 2 p.m. on the day in question. We had a few diners at the time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in my memory of it too. There's hardly anyone else in the place. Oh, that's not a good sign. It was when I was in the kitchen, putting away crockery and cutlery. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him!
Objection!
Objection! I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness report of what he saw, you amateur.
But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant. No. Oh no. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. Oh, I didn't mean to push the button. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. Ugh.
If I may confirm one point later, standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today.
Yes, without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did you just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter, Ryunosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... What? There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. But warned about interjecting, but still. What should I do? It's early. It's early. I can't let this slide.
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Attention!
Dear me. What are we gonna do with you? With your blatant disregard for the court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
But I'm sure of what I saw. Hisanaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of the events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it! I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Oh, we're in a big pickle. Let me see. A sketch of the establishment's layout, drawn by yourself, I presume. I wish I could read Japanese so I could tell what it says on the left, but I'm assuming that's the kitchen, and then below there is the entrance. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. Back of a business card, okay. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. You can't really see that clearly. I guess there's one X. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. I guess one of my big complaints in this game is that there's a lot of big words, and now I'm gonna have to say all of them. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add to the court record of evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What was that about? It's been completely calm and collected until now. Oh, jeez. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. Very good for my vocabulary. Cool. He was just like me earlier today. Except I wasn't coughing up blood, so you know. Cool.
So, the court has now heard a precis of the case.
Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of inevitable punishment.
I call this... Oh no.
I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from the sworn witnesses
Witnesses? Who are...
present at the scene of the crime.
What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm gonna be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. He said it, Professor Mikitaba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. Despite knowing that. You're willing now to throw the trust back in my face? Is that it? What? The accused is in fact innocent. then the defense lawyer is duty bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just gonna abandon that duty? Are you gonna give up on yourself? Battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Whoa! The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Ah, this is the first point of the game. Then we'll see how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie. Prosecution Ouchie. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just got the name pun. Winston Payne Ouchie. Like ouchie. Ouch. Ah.
Well, your word, this young one can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
Ugh.
In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. The prosecution calls his next witnesses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once.
Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court.
Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Iesa Nosa. Oh, yes, no. Yes, no, sir. Pray for duty, sir. Myself, I find employing as a purveyor of fine articles and antiquity from the affluence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade for Rasute, an imperial and humble premise in the 2nd District. Kyoryo Korekuta at your service. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be diners at the other table, and the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take the tea of the most exquisite aroma of the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently conversant with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. Me neither. Same here. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. Oh, that's interesting. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. He also looks like someone that I shall not say because politics. But I like his triangle stash.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative! The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir! What? You guys can't point! It was a black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who was unloading his firearm, sir! This man doesn't possibly understand it as the other. This reminds me of Professor Layton plus Ace Attorney, where there's multiple witnesses and they just keep going back and forth between each other. So I'm kind of used to this. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment he shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? Maybe a little. If I'm honest, I was feeling comfortable from the start. Understatement of the year there. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Sir, yes, sir! Standing by, ready to report, sir! Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. First testimony, an hour in the stream. What? I was investigating a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman. At the precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. A black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little vessel. Or weasel. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of the mysteriously absconding precious curio. So in other words, you weren't paying attention. Well, so Sergeant Nosa actually witnessed a vital moment. He saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgiving enemy. What? You got a knife in court? What times we live in, where an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes. All I did was pick up his gun I saw lying on the floor. Just an act of weakness. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then when I finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. Why would he drop a pistol? That's so weird. So I bent down and just as I was picking it up, bang! Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere, at least two witnesses' testimony, there's a clue as to who that criminal was. There is. Ryunosuke, you may exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine. Oh, yay, more tutorials! Do it now.
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring this despicable deserter to justice.
Certainly, the testimony of the court has just heard the testimony of the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What? What in the name of the Empire is the meaning of this outburst? The defense the right for cross-examination.
Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh. How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out cross-examination?
Objection!
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. I need to take a drink. I need to take a drink. Hold on. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Ooh. Casimir is so commanding. Very well. Let the defense conduct cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Renosuke. But, I don't even know what to do. Have to do in a cross-examination. Obvious. Exposed to lies and blah 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 blah. How blah blah. And fire the gun, which means the soldier says it has to be a lie, yeah. Okay, but, just in case of proving it, just press, in case as evidence, just press, present, blah blah blah. Presents a decisive, blah blah blah. Now let's go, Renosuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then, it's all or nothing. Ah, that looks so nice. Alright. No, I actually saw what to do, I think. I think it's pretty easy, but the way my playstyle goes, I just like to press everything.
Yes.
What? No, hold it? Come on, I want to hold it. What? Why don't you say anything? Is this some new interrogation technique? I hadn't actually thought of what I wanted to ask. Just about anything that catches your attention. Anything that bothers you. Alright then, this beefsteak you mentioned. What kind of food is that? Ah! Beefsteak is delicious cut of beef, vigorously cooked on a cast iron grill and served piping hot. Oh. If food could receive medals of honor, beefsteak would be almost as highly decorated as a cutlet. Right, I see. Thank you, sir. So, next question. This cutlet you mentioned, what kind of food is that? Ah! Cutlet is a delicious cut of veal tossed in breadcrumbs and deep fried in cooking oil. What the heck is this conversation? Accept a guilty verdict, atone for your crimes, and when you're released from prison, try it. What's that squeaking we keep hearing? Yes, sir, I will, sir. On the double, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but... oh, no, he's got his hand on the katana. How about trying to stick to questions that are relevant to the case? Oops, sorry. I'll try to do my... I'm surprised the prosecution didn't object to that. So, next question. Is it just me, or do you keep hearing a sort of wah crying noise? Negative! We just heard it again. Do you have your baby with you? Well, at least we've learned that he's a big beef lover. Affirmative. That was a gigantic waste of time. It's not easy knowing what the questions to ask. Hey! I got a trophy! Prime Presser. Oh yeah, I've already read this.
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, come on, boy. Kaban? You mean an old Edo coin? The day prior to the incident, a treasure of exceptional value from the Heian period entered my possession. I took myself to the restaurant the following day, with said items secreted in my bosom pocket. Oh, what? Ew! In the hope of an affluent, cognizant appraised of its indisputable value of being present. This man knows a lot of big words. So you're hoping to sell your Kaban coin? The Sergeant Nosa, whom you met at the restaurant?
Yes, it's quite clear where you're going with this, boy. You're about to assert that the penniless soldier who had no hope of purchasing a precious command. Isn't that so?
Well... You upstart cadet! You want to add disrespecting a superior officer to your list of crimes, do you? Wait! Subordination! No, I didn't say anything. Although penniless might be just the word I was looking for. In any case, the hour was already advanced beyond that of the midday luncheon. There remained precious few present with which I could engage in discourse about matters of business. The gentleman beside me, who was grumbling his praise meal at the time, was my sole prospect. I see. Alright.
Yes!
So, you're saying that you actually saw me at the time? Affirmative! I saw you. Laughing, cackling like a madman, you trained the bearer of the gun on the English civilian. That's impossible. I only... Allow me to confirm just one point, please. What is that, Private? Thinking carefully about the statement you just made, it seems to me that it must have been just after you heard the gunshot that you looked over to the victim's statement. And so whatever it was. Starting the trial? Oh, cool. Well, you should be able to skip the dialogue fast enough to get to where I am. Well, if that's really the case, it would mean that you didn't, in fact, see the precise moment when the killer actually fired the gun. Oh! Got him. Ah! A double ah! My sixth sense. Sorry? My sixth sense of danger. I picked up the waves and murderous energy radiating from your foul mind. Which means, a split second before you pulled the trigger, I was looking right at you, cadet. Surely that's not really possible, is it? Do you think I've got where I'm today in the army if I couldn't sense any danger in the air, son? Well... It would seem that the soldier was absolutely convinced that they saw you do the deed. And we can't deny that possibility. Yeah, this is not good. I believe this is the statement, but I'm gonna keep pressing because I want to listen to all the dialogue. Yeah, so this black uniform university student cadet, you're saying that was... Ah! I've heard just enough of your sauce, so cadet. Who else do you see here in black uniform, huh? I'm wearing a brown uniform. Someone's standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on the man! But behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me! Huh. What was it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind. Yeah, yep, I know exactly what this is. Blah, blah. Yeah, in that case, check that blah 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 blah, court record, and find instances is either present, blah 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 blah, don't hold back. Cool. Presenting evidence to the court, thrust it in the witness's face, and make him choke on it. Make him choke on it. But first.
Yes!
On your hands and knees. Could you explain that, please? That's right. Spurting the arthritis I was in order to retrieve the lost piece. What lost piece are you referring to? The Koban, of course. The exquisite Horror Koban coin. I've just been showing the raw treasure to the little military man as he masticated his meal. Averting my eyes the briefest of moments, was there no more. It simply vanished.
The Kaban vanished.
Hence, I began to equip myself with the intricacies of the floor in order to locate it. That's when it happened. heard the gunshot, you mean? None other than... No, it was no concern of mine. What? A gunshot is no concern to you. Okay. I was frantically scouring the floor for the aforementioned lost treasure. So in fact, you didn't actually witness the precise moment when the incident occurred. Indeed. Myself, I did not. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Listen, Ryunosuke. We know that there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, accused is used blah 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 blah. 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 In other words, an inconsistency and contradiction. Blah blah blah. I know how this works. I know how this works. Why can't I get the dialogue to go faster? Just be careful if you assert contradiction. There's no basis. You're beginning with a penalty. Yeah, I also know that. Doubt to me to offend. Blah 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 blah. Guilty verdict, aka a game over. I saw that we had 5 symbols. It's like Ace Attorney 1. Keep your head measured in your attack. Good luck, partner. Okay, I think I know what to do. Blah blah blah. And from the back, as you can clearly see, oh cool, magnifying glass, just like in Professor Layton. Cool. But as you can clearly see, he was shot from the front.
Yes!
Oh, just keep saying yes. I guess he doesn't know what to say. What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache? Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. There's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense? What can this print possibly tell us if we don't already know?
Well, obviously, that I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond a doubt, Your Excellency, that there's no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Ah, this is so frustrating. Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. Could be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Kazuba, what?
What are you talking about?
It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic prints presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here. With the sergeant's statement.
What?
Sergeant Iesanosa.
Yes, sir. What is it?
The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
Yes!
But no, that can't be.
And why not, cadet?
Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. The chest. That's from the front. Oh! Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Yes. Well, how do you explain it? Oh, Oh no! He's got a. Well. What the? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Does he have his kid in court? I don't think that's a good idea. Certainly there's a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sir Genosa? Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Till the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the carnival stick, sir.
What?
The last testimony of the court has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Yasunosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all.
That's absurd.
I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor in this grand courtroom. Oh, burn! Inconsistencies here. This will been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. Hey, he said the name of the game. But I definitely saw him. That innocent cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Why so? I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Oh yes, you were looking for your Kaban coin, weren't you? Indeed, the prize Hoyer Kaban. Hunting around under the table it was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened. You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did. Why he did not, but I was concerned only with finding my abscond hoy treasure. Nothing could distract me. Dramatic zoom in. Out of interest. Did you find the coin in the end? No. Aww. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoy Kaban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. I like how he turned away. So maybe... Nosa's not saying anything. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony in the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Professor Auchi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. Eyewitnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Ugh. Very well, the court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegiance. Is that clear? as clear as Kuriko glasses, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Waiting the signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Affirmative! The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up to the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. He sees straps out of the sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Aww. Ido, T-Shun. Your father is the quill. He's got a pinwheel. Watch it alert, my boy. Snot bubble and a pinwheel. Oh man, I like this guy. Even if what I saw was the precise moment the firearm was discharging, it's almost the same thing. No, it's not. Yes, pointing his gun at the poor man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that there were only one person. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, in order that the black uniform cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out! These testimonies are certainly compelling. What? Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all.
Please, enough of these operas already.
But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Attention!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence in this fact.
Uh-oh. Is there a photographer pinned to the scene of the crime council? Aw, man, it's not T-bone steak.
Indeed, a fallen table on which the victim was lying, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there's only one place set.
It's just a regular old steak. Aw, man, that's lame. Certainly be based on the appearance of this print. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. Ugh, this doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. A bottle of carbonated water and a steak lunch can be seen at the victim's table. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that no one else saw that woman. Man, it's just like 3-3. It's just like Phoenix Wright 3-3. That stupid French restaurant case. The waiters before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt.
These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh in the treaty with Great Britain. Do you think that I, Takadushi, Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires in honor?
Oh no! No, not already. Oh, I don't want to see him in this state. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Oh. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. I think I've been framed or something. Now is your chance to expose it. Draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witness, but make it quick, understood?
Rules can be so unbending at times.
Ugh. Alright. Let's go through this. I wish he'd stop just saying yes. No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that cunt. You have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so.
Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked.
Did you?
Did you see it? Did you see me blink?
How could I?
And yet, it's an undeniable fact that I did blink.
What is this conversation?
So there you have it.
Have what? T-shirt! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. That kid is adorable.
I think it says it all, don't you?
Ugh.
Let's not forget the antiques dealer witness, the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Is that so, Koikuta-san?
I need another drink, hold on. Alright, I move back to the statement. Wait, am I speaking? Yeah, I am.
Yes!
That was a little unprofessional. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at the point in time. But I told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor.
Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away.
I just finished drinking my coffee, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And exactly that moment, a gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry, what do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor. It picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Where, conversely, I failed to pick up the gun off the floor, and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. He has a point there, I guess.
Yes!
You must have noticed something else at Dr. Weston's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman.
Ah. If there'd only been more people dining there at the time, then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. Quiet time between lunch and dinner at any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. I wonder if there's any reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone.
Yes, Your Excellency, there was a decent reason.
It was?
This was found in the victim's jacket pocket.
Oh, what the heck? What is that, Council?
It's a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Hot, what? No! 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 Are you freaking kidding me? Hottie clinic, what the heck? No! 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 Are you freaking serious? Ugh! Hottie clinic. Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. Are you serious? How did they get that freaking place into this game? Oh, I know it's completely different, but it's got a very similar name, so it might as well be. 19th November, noon past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident.
So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation could be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really had no bearing on the case.
I wonder. Why do you think, Ryunosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Yeah. Did I ask Dr. Wilson's medical report to be submitted as evidence or not? Yes, yes, better.
Yes!
The more evidence, the merrier. If I may, I would like to ask for the medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency.
On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are concerned is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues.
I beg your pardon.
You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request.
Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbed trend.
That or you're hiding something. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Freaking Hada Clinic. Are you serious? What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you.
You can aspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but as the day after the festival is already for you. Or perhaps you've forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused courtesan.
Okay, we're finally back to the testimony. At least we got a new piece of evidence.
Yes!
So you actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dying alone? God, I did. Forgive me the position I placed you in. He hesitated.
So the testimony of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on the point. Isn't that interesting? Let's not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support this statement as well.
Yeah, there's only one T-bone steak or one regular old steak.
As can clearly be seen, there's only a single beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one.
No. The antique dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. It's not possible that they're all lying. I guess they're... Well, why would they all be lying at the same time? Yeah, if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. Alright.
Yes!
Why aren't you all telling the truth? What did you just say? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruto, it's just not a case of these. It's just not a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry. The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right.
Precisely. In other words, you're the sole proponent of this phantom lady.
But I.
If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands you see proof.
I don't have any proof of that.
And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It's a blatant waste of this court's time.
There's nothing I can say to that. There's no way we have proof of that. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Well, yes. I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I won't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. Perhaps we should examine it in a bit more detail. How exactly? This is a piece of evidence, a bare magnifying glass. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Press X to take a closer look. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is all stuff I already know. I didn't know this is one of those pieces of evidence. So right stick to move the evidence around, left stick to examine. Why is this so long? And okay, if the crosshairs have a different look, it just I can look at it clearer. See if it isn't something new to learn. You learn by examining it in more detail. All right. See what I can do. Right. So yeah, right stick to examine the evidence, left stick to move the cursor, and X on when the cursor changes. Oh, okay, we're just doing this right now. Okay. Name, Mr. John was freaking hot at clinic. Medical report card required for every visit. Oh, I see it. Like you hover over this and like it translates it. I guess that makes sense. What the? Let's see here. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with top anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? Ugh! Ugh! It seems so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Ew! Perhaps they use laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. At the time, I guess. Yeah, it's part of this anesthesia. Yeah, okay. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Yeah. Oh, I know the experience all too well. Yeah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours. Post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Huh. Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Oh, and sweet, it's updated. It's been permitted for me to drink anything besides water. This is new information. Meaning that one particular statement totally changes. Cool. I think it's time we listen to the testimony again. Definitely. That was also the first time we got evidence. We got new like evidence, something changing during the end scene. Huh. All right. Well, let's see here. Where is it? Dying all by himself. Let me just read all these. No, okay, it's gotta be the fourth statement. Dying all by himself. Oops, no, that's too far. Dying all by himself, yeah. If you look at this, there is evidence of that something was being drank, and like that steak is clearly being eaten. But go to their medical report card. Oh yeah, wait. The medical report card, and yeah, he can only drink water.
Yes!
Okay, good. Well, I think, about what are you wondering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. First and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on the words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I won't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raise your hands straight up like that, so purposefully, you know exactly what it is you want to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Deep breath. Korakuda-san, this is the medical report belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. Whatever, boy. Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement, something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me, have you forgot my words so soon, you amateur?
Sorry, what?
You're not to enter court proceedings with your amateurish drivel.
But
Let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered in the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant.
but that's Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point.
Your Excellency, I believe I finished here. There's surely no need of prolonging this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there's no one else besides the pale-faced pupil who could have possibly...
What? This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that?
What? That whole person's half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How can I possibly be irrelevant?
Perhaps because Hata Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic.
A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you as a result, the victim has been forbidden from eating, he finally looks confident. We're getting some progress here. Oh, my controller just rumbled. Just what are you trying to say, kid? He had orders not to eat. So what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours. Post-procedure while anesthesia wears off.
What? No, that can't.
Korakuda-san. What? As you just heard, when he was killed, sometime shortly after 2 p.m. The victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No! Additionally, there's more. You've all ensured that the court unwavering self-confidence. Yeah, you have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of anesthesiac. Ah! Expertly done, pardon.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food here at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic?
How dare you?
I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So we have just undergone some dental surgery. Oh, so having just oh wow, I've just reacted the witness testimony. Alright. And what's the verdict, Looney? So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? And with a butter knife. Like, how do you cut steak with a butter knife? The court will now hear the opinion of the defense of this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel? Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turn this trial around. Show them what you're made of. The first turnabout. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been the victim himself, me, the two witnesses, and yet unknown third party. I'm curious what these all have to say, but I'm just gonna go with the correct option. Obviously, it could only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes!
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have possibly been eating anything. Yet, we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was someone else there eating it.
Ugh.
We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witnesses' testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice to pursue a fair retrial relentlessly. Oh, he's got his katana ready. Kazuma!
Are you insane? You would take on the government?
Don't worry, counsel. I have no issue with you.
What do you mean?
I have issue with them! Those two witnesses on the stand! What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Oh, he got him! I'm also going to take another drink. Perjury! And since this is a murder trial, you also deemed complicit in the killing. What? Is that how it works? Complicit in murder? No! So Holda is in this game. Negative. There was no mention of this at the technical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say, you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they are told us. Oh, there it is. Never mention the gentlewoman. Oh. What? What did you say, Korikuda-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders? No, hold on that. I was, say you never saw the gentlewoman. Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements. Is it true, Imperial?
Just once. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order, order. Council, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth.
Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this.
Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. That kid wants to pull off his beard or mustache by all means necessary. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. Uh-oh. However, I don't believe Aochi had any idea about it. This is like... It's interesting that even the Winston Payne of this game does not know about this. Huh. That's very interesting. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. And I don't like any of those. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can confirm who tried to silence the witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before you make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it really was really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found new clues of result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to examine everything. Make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. Alright. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you, the penalty will be severe. Whoa, this is a new pose for him. For all the pains. This is a new... Well, I'm including the one from Professor Phoenix Wright, Professor Layton.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I have no idea of any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, I knew nothing.
And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to just close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is head waiter of the European. Well, it's not. It's neither of these two. It can't be the prosecution. Why would it be Kazuma? He's the victim. So it just comes down to Mikotoba or Hosonaga. Medical school professor. He's just a professor. Well, he's also Cosmo's mentor. He's an authority in forensic medicine. But I don't think that has anything to do. He was serving there on the day of the incident. I want to say he's got. I want to say Hosonaga, more like. Yeah, I'm gonna go Hosonaga.
Yes!
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san? The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason would a waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even the head waiter cannot possibly have that level of influence.
For once, I would agree with you. If that is the man truly, if that is the man truly were a waiter, yeah, he did kind of like a butler. Well, that's not making much of a difference.
What? If he would truly?
Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit the court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity, as proven by this evidence. Oh. Hold on. He gave us this business card earlier. Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Department. He's a detective. He's a freaking detective.
Yes!
I'm not sure what this is supposed to prove, counsel.
I think, Your Excellency, that is what proves it's not the true nature of the waiter, but the true nature of the
What? What? Was that not the right answer?
a blackguard who would stoop to rent irrelevant evidence to incriminate an innocent man. That is the true nature of this rookie.
What? 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 Are you serious? Try again. Go over all the evidence we have one more time. What? Did I forget to examine or something? Or is that not the right piece of evidence? Alright, then I'll try. Man, I probably should examine that then. Yeah, blah. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like... It probably gets updated if we do this. Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Yes, business codes do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. Not the name that's unexpected. It's his job title. His job. Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Department, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector. What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence if they will it somehow here. Yeah, okay. Okay, I need to actually do that more often then. It's not like previous games where you can just examine the back and present it. You have to actually look at it, and then it updates. All right. Well, now I know. There you go. The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in that question. I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon. Or perhaps I should have said the front. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of the business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession. That's surely good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau.
What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before?
The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. I guess a prosecutor is a regular citizen in this country. So, witness is there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you the orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Who's it? Oh, he's here. Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, the others are scared. I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. Oh, he reacted. And that's why he was coughing so much. That's right. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all regulations flawlessly. It is my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective?
But why would a detective be working at a restaurant as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course. Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Oh no! Oh, you're calling out poor Gumshoe there. Oh, that emote seems so fitting now. Oh man. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. What is this, Yakuza 7? Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can say categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. that at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner, therefore I am led to assure that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct?
Correct, Your Excellency.
Unbelievable! As I suspected.
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, a gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an English woman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders.
Special orders? You don't mean...
Remove the English woman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders.
But what if this Englishwoman was the killer?
I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of the relationship with Britain more highly than anything in the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as a primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of question.
So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yuma University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. What?
You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour.
You mean,
when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
The Englishwoman sitting at the university professional table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. She is indeed a foreign student studying at the research laboratory of Humanities University's medical facility.
What is happening here?
I admit that under oath orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false,
It would be a discretion of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But, Your Excellency, they would be missing the new deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our government would surely be very displeased by such actions.
Calm yourself, Council. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings in my courtroom.
Ah!
Inspector Hosonaga,
Yes, sir.
you will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency.
At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given for the police program.
As I've said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
So it won't be a problem?
Nothing will get in my way.
Except you're coughing up blood. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution may call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency.
Good. Then we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. To be continued. Jeez, that was long. It's already almost 12 o'clock. Yeah, definitely save. Oh, I haven't like hard saved at all. It's all been auto saves. How many save files are there? 20? Oh, jeez. Yeah, save there. And save an extra one just in case. What should I do? What should I do? 2 hours into the stream. It's 12 o'clock. Can I go another? Can I go like another 2 hours? I don't think I can. Yeah. The intro to this first part was like really long. I like how I like the cases that are long, but I've got work in the morning and I don't, and though I want to keep playing, I have to stop early. I'm gonna have to stop here. So, thanks for hanging out, Looney. And I will play this. I'll pick this up another time. Maybe you get interest super long, yeah. And not to mention that I also spent like 30 minutes testing my PlayStation 5 capture card. Just continue whenever. Let me know. All right. I'll let you know, Looney. And then by the time I'll stream this next, you will have gotten more progress than I have, and we can start together. Oh, you want to actually play the game together? All right. We can do that. We can do that. Totally. All right. And with that, that'll be the end of the stream. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time we decide to play Ace Attorney.